And so live. I think I did it this time. Hey, my feral teams. We're gonna start the actual premise of this whole weird live thing that I have this concept of doing. I have 20 of my UFOs or whips or whatever you want, pigs, whatever you want to call them. I have them numbered. Of course, looking at them, some of them are projects. They're not just UFOs. They're just unstarted projects. So you'll have to let me know whether I need to remove those. Streams current bit rate 2700. Does it say what it needs to be? So I ran into this problem last time. Um, so what I'm going to do is I have all of my UFOs in a Wheel of Fortune style um, spinner type app of sorts. And we're going to see about spinning it and seeing what we get to um, start working on first. Because realistically, they're UFOs for a reason. I didn't want to do them then. I probably don't want to do them now. So, let's see if that's let's see if that helped. Still is giving me a warning. We'll see about changing that here in a minute. Oh, now it says good. Well, whatever the hell. All right, so I am who I am. If you watched a few of the first videos, it was me trying to figure out how the hell to get the camera set up. As you can tell, I still have dark spots. I'm still figuring out what the hell I'm doing. I'm Gen X. I own a quilt shop. I swear. I drink. I vape. Yeah. Uh-huh. That's it. This is at home, so this is my home studio, which means I have dogs, four of them. One of them is pacing right now. She's 15 and a half, so we're gonna just let her pace. Um, I have live children or live grown children that live at home and a husband at home too, so you never know what's gonna happen. It can be a total shit show, and you're welcome to chat along with me, bitch with me, and you either love me or you don't. But let's get to the shit show. Let's change cameras and see if we can see what we're going to work on. Don't think that's overly zoomed in. Will that zoom in? I'm just not going to fuck with it. How about that? I have 20, like I said, on here. There's one on here that I still need to grab a white and a black fabric for. So if that comes up first, which you know it fucking will, I'm going to spin a second time. All right, let's just see what it's going to tell me I have to work on. Tightrope. Okay, tightrope. That's not too bad. That's actually almost done. Yay! All right, so ditch this, and we can come back to this, and I have bins to find the tightrope in. Let's see, there it is. All right, why? Why was this a UFO? Why aren't I working on it? Let's turn on the iron. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna be one of those people that is gonna totally blow people's minds. I am not a current fan of K-facet fabric. I It has merit. Everybody likes things. Everybody doesn't like things. If we all like the same thing, it would be a really boring world. Um, I was gifted some K-facet fat eights, and I had made a quilt for a shop sample on the tightrope pattern. Let's see, I've got it right. Let's see, is there a better picture? So I actually have a done one of these somewhere. Oh, is it still hanging at the shop? It might still be hanging at the shop. All right, so this, whoops, roughly is the pattern. And so I taught a class, and thing is, I taught a class. I have it all in pieces so I could show what each step looked like, and I need to finish it because it got thrown in a bin. But it's this one won't take long, and then we'll get to move to a different one. But this might have to. I got rows and stuff on here, so now we have to figure out what kind of shit show this really is. Um, I can make sure I'm not going to roll over a dog. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, all right. Rows. Ugh. I don't just have shop sample stuff to make it be a UFO. I have a I lost interest file too, I'm sure. For, okay, this looks like we've got big sections that we just need to sew together. We might not have much to do on this at all. All right, so let's take, this will probably be the least bitching one of the whole thing. Also, I have someone that's been watching. I said I would, yep, here's my list. Um, I said I would show some tips for a log cabin tips. So, if she pops on, awesome. Let's just roll that chair out of the way for a minute. Also, Louise, if you end up watching, here, I'm going to change camera views. I had someone that was doing a quilt, a baby quilt, in this line of fabric, and I said I had some pieces that has a silver metallic dot. So just this one, you can see that. There you go, kinda. Oops, I still gotta bump up the stream's current bitrate output. Warning, that means it's too low. So this has silver around the dots, silver in the herringbone, or not herringbone, harlequin. Hey, it started with an H. I might actually, sorry, I'll keep that one. That was one I put into it. Stripe, another pieces of these. So if this interests you, Louise, let me know. I swore I had some border stripe. I'll keep looking for that. But all right, that note on there. Hey, I'm remembering to do shit. Yay me! This is the log cabin. It's also on the UFO list, which made it really nice that there was a log cabin in the UFO, and I gotta help somebody with a UFO. So, hey Val, That's exactly what I was just talking about, this UFO. You want me to show you the log cabin first? I was just heating up the iron. We drew our first number, and it was number 17. I didn't say that out loud because it didn't let me put numbers. So Tightrope is number 17 if anybody is watching. I'll have to make sure I put that. It'll be titled in the title. Yes, please. All right. Let's. I'm not sure how I'm gonna. I might have to actually move everything in my sewing room because I kind of feel like I need to be able to get up against my design wall. And my design wall's way over there. All right, that goes there. All right, log cabins. I'm standing. So let's just, I'm going to just toss that down so that you can have something to look at. All right, so those are further along. All right, so a log cabin is basically a hearth and home kind of feel to it. This was my son's idea when he was, I don't know, freaking junior high, and now he has no desire to finish it and or want it. Yay me. All right, so what we started with here, okay, is this the smallest block? Okay, we're going to start kind of halfway into a block here. So to get started, you're going to, this was done with 2.5-inch strips. So there was a 2.5-inch strip of our center fabric and a 2.5-inch strip of our, it's going to be this green. So of this green. So to start with, I just sewed these together and then cut them apart in 2.5-inch sections. And then to know what you're needing to do, this piece was sewn on. So you see how there is a seam right here, obviously. So I'm calling that the handle. And after I press them and put them face down, then I start with the handle up, tuck this into the machine, and then handle up, sew all the way down. So we're sewing this piece on. Once they're done and you cut them apart and you press it open, now you see how that bar goes all the way across. It's the one seam that covers your whole piece. So now this is your handle. So when you're facing, I haven't had enough to smoke and or drink, sorry. When the right side is down and your handle is up, that's when you tuck your next fabric under, which is going to be this fabric. So then all of your blocks will set on top of this. And when you press it open, you'll have a new bar. And that bar will now cover everything that's on your block. So to be able to go to your next piece, you have to have your bar up. These were pieced like crap. I see we're going to have some issues when we get to this one. So now with bar up, then the next piece goes on. And when you press it open, now that is your handle because it goes all the way across and support the whole block. Then we rotate to your next color, which happens to be this one. When you're done, now this is how I'm going to start with this up. All of these will be up. So to know what goes next, this set that's further along, this one goes all the way across. So that's where that's going to be up. And then I'm going to sew onto the side. Just a stupid little thing that, oh God, great. I have two different block counts. I'm not going to bitch too much about this because we'll have to figure this out as number log cabin is what brown log cabin is number 19. So when we get to 19, we'll get to figure out what the hell this was. He liked green and brown. Those were like his favorite colors. It's going to be the most earthy, boring. It's. I like the colors. It just doesn't have any. I like color. Oh, all right. This is what we're working on now. So it looks like I managed to get pretty far last time I worked on this. I took it to a retreat. But it's been folded, so I better press it so I can get the length and everything appropriate before I sew something onto it and finds that I'm all off base. What are you working on tonight, Val? Oh, someone. Hey, Christy. Sorry, I was looking down. I missed it. Hello, just got notification. Glad to catch your live. Hi. Well, I'm really glad you're here. Do you square up after each strip is so done? Yes and no. There's a couple different ways of doing it. That one, obviously, I didn't. They look like crap. And some of the ones I've done will specifically have you cut a wider piece, sew a round, all four sides, and then trim it down. There's special rulers for that. Yes, you should square it, but you kind of need to measure it and figure out if you're doing all 2.5-inch strips. Maybe get a little guide first and say, well, at this point, they should be, well, and really, actually, now that I'm talking out my ass, um, each side that you cut, if you do one of the ones where you pre-cut everything instead of doing the long strip like I did and just sewing it on, it'll tell you, like, the smallest round, I think that's 4.5. I think your biggest piece is 4.5, and then I think it's 6.5. And so, yeah, squaring it always makes that straighter. As much as I hate doing it because it's all this tiny little work, it I bitch, but it works better. Lucky Stars from Atkinson Design is one that definitely you've got a square between. Okay. Well, yeah, take a break. Everybody needs a break. Today was that day. It was like perfect temperature today to just, I wish I had a way to take a nap outside. That would have been great. Which, damn, I wish there was a way of turning this camera around. My old dog, I had to take a picture of that. My old dog is in the blankets here, and it did not change to cam. Anyway, she's in the quilts on the ground there, and she's fluffed it up to the point that she could jam her head down and cover her eyes because all the bright lights. It's fucking hilarious. I'll share. Uh, they just get so old. My baby's getting old. Come on, open. Let's get to camcorder. You'll get to know all my animals. Try that. There. Jammed her nose down. It's like she made an eye mask. Sorry. It's one of those things you'll just have to get used to. At the inside. Oh, I'm glad you like it. I mean, to be real honest, oh, you're in Georgia. Hi. What's the weather like there? Um, Years ago, someone turned me on to this woman that's what she did. She kind of did, I don't know how she did a random number generator of sorts, but then that was the UFO, and she'd work on that UFO until it was done, and she'd go to the next one. And I'm like, that's brilliant. I always say what I gotta do. Bah. I have to sew strips on one side, this side, so then I can hook it to that one. But it looks like I've got some squaring it to do here. Yep. Probably should figure it all out before I keep going. Anyway, then I had this idea listening to Kelly Mano and Dad Bod Veteran and Mr. Professor and Slim Sherry. That's the other one. Um, I'm the same as them. This is my hobby. So I just couldn't get the idea out of my head, and so here we are. We're just the foul mouth feral quilters. Mm. All right, let's get all of these strips over. Oh, wait. Some of these strips, like I said, okay, so just number 3 has strips on either side. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's get. Now, to be honest, even though I did flat out say I'm not the hugest cave fan, it broke up like this. I'm okay with this. Okay. Whoop, my strip. But if this is number 3 and this is number 2, then I've already got this here and on strip 1. That can't be that easy, right? There has to be a reason I fucking stopped construction layout. Yeah, it's height adjustable. Maybe we best check that out before we get too far, huh? All right, what's this one? I got low, high. What's this? So, doesn't that look fun to cut? It was not. There's another. The one thing I do like about this one was it did tell you how to cut it depending on the size of piece you had. Like if you had a fat eighth, it told you how to lay out and get your pieces. And that was kind of nice. 5, 6, 7, 8. How do we appreciate it? I wonder what the difference is. Okay. Besides it being black and white backgrounds, it looks like some of them are the same fucking color or layout. I don't know. They look the same. All right, so I have a square. Maybe I should use a pencil. Okay, I have that square. Maybe it should be this. Okay, so I have this square here and this piece and this row. Okay, so I have this whole section with that right on the top too. Okay, so well, lo and behold, that's exactly what that piece looks like. Number 2, so number 3, is that what we're going to assume that is? So, uh, she's sweet. She is a 15 and a half. Sorry, Christy. I need to figure out how to make this thing bing in my ear. You can hear me, right? I didn't fuck up and forget to turn that on. That's what I did last time. Yeah. Okay, good. Good, there's a mic. 20 minutes last time. Hot and human here. Working on EPP and hang it. EPP. Oof. That takes some talent. I mean, everything does, right? I have done little pieces, like not finished anything, just like 2 or 3 pieces done together. It's enough to know that I appreciate you, but it's not going to happen. All right, so I have this on here, nothing on the top, so that looks okay. So I'm assuming this is 1, 2. Is it a big, huge, like tulip pink EPP, or what are you doing? 3, 4, and 5, I'm assuming, right? 3. Oh shit, I have 6. What does that mean? That means I haven't done that section. It's probably 5 and 6 at the moment. I bet you can use a lot of your scraps. Oh, here comes one of the grown kids. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I have seen those three-quarter inch Texies. Those are really small. And the old dog is still sleeping. It's great. Um, yeah, that's one of those things that I am okay with it not being my thing. Good on you guys. I just don't get it. If we all did the same thing, right? Kind of boring. Can I straighten this up at all? Jeez. I I got three whole people watching, son. Whew. Ugh. All right, so some kids getting mold. All right. I guess I'm gonna have to press this too. I might have to move my whole sewing room so I can get to the design wall. I got a picture of Daisy like that with her nose jammed. She made an eye mask for herself over there. Okay, you guys don't judge me on my work on this one. Damn. I'm looking at this coin. You could tell my heart just was not in it. Hey, maybe what we can do, the UFOs that I really don't care about, we can put them up for sale. I can link to my website, and anybody watching can have the opportunity to buy it. Oh, that reminds me. Anybody watching Wednesday? Flip. I love them. So cool. I don't even know how I'm gonna. Of course, that was the point. Is there was gonna be bitching because they're UFOs for a reason. Let's get a bigger ruler. Unfinished. Ouch! Objects. Yeah, well, that works. Oh my! My wrist has been hurting today. Maybe, actually. I don't know. No. No, I got some brown. Yeah, I don't know. I just fucking hurt. Oh, that would be a very nice idea. Thank you. All right, we're just gonna try to clean up this edge because I gotta sew this bitch up against something else. It's Wednesday at the same time. It's too short to work on UFOs you really don't love or like anymore. I agree. I agree. And there's this place in town called Top Notch, and they accept fabric and partially done projects. Thank you, sir. Um, and I know from owning the shop, people have come in with things that they've managed to score from there, and they're so excited. It is Wednesday at the same time. No, no, I mean Wednesday add-ons. Wednesday on Netflix. I'm assuming that's on Wednesday, but I just wait until there's a bunch out, and then I just, binge it. So I don't know. It could be. Hmm. Okay, we're only gonna get one of those down. I'm out of something to drink. Did I do that? I did that. There it is. Now, I don't have anything on my list of 20 that I absolutely hate. However, I do have. Wait a minute. Maybe I took it out. Maybe I was a wimp and I took it out. All right, so as we empty these, I have plenty more to fill into my list. My disclaimer was going to be the mom quote. So my adopted mom passed in 96. And a bazillion years before that, she had attempted to make a quilt that, I knew nothing about sewing at the time, so it was just sounded like Charlie Brown's teacher talking when she bitched about it. Yeah, like I said, do not judge and do not judge. This is a judge-free zone. Things are matchy-matchy, and we're done is better than perfect is a saying for a reason. Anyway, she was working on a quilt, and the best of my understanding, she like always sewed her rows from left to right, and it shifted on her, is what I think happened. And when she passed, I had hopes of fixing it, redoing it. I managed to, once I remembered it was in the house, I went and got it out of the house, and because I was married at that point. God, I need a new blade too. Dog hair. This is old. Anyway, um, I've never touched it. I've now, okay, like I said, it's 96, all right? So does it say how wide these rows should be? 7? They're not 7. It's not going to matter if the width is off. All that will affect is over the top bar here. And so this shouldn't matter if it's a half an inch narrow. All this takes up all these seams because this is exact here, wider down here. So I think we just need to straighten this to be 6.5. Anyway, so I put mom's quilts on the list, but there's going to be emotional crap involved in that. So I'm thinking I was going to put in the disclaimer of the right to veto. What is that? So how long have you all been sewing? All right. Now that I got a plan here, that helps. We're going to trim it. Wow, some of those really show up nice on camera, don't they? I do love color, which kind of surprises me that cave isn't my jam, but definitely love color. Okay, well, that's pretty good. Do I have, okay, machine is threaded. That's good. Valerie, did that make any sense what I was saying about the log cabin? Because I can try again on that too. See, it takes so much extra time to square up stuff, and I see it's also kind of a pain in the ass with the camera tripod in the way. But it is so much nicer when you put everything together. Now, being as we decided we are going to narrow that, let's trim the black on the top and bottom of these. One-handed. "2010." So you do garments too then? Well, that's one of those things I don't know how to do. Or haven't had as big a a big enough desire to totally do it. I have a skirt that I made. I have two skirts. And one of them, I gotta figure out how to remake it smaller. I'm not I'm not unhappy that it has to be smaller, but that's what I'm doing. So, all right, let's set that big ruler behind me, being as we the edges on this already. So let's oof, square this up with a smaller. There this up. What other crafts do you do? I suppose I gotta start pinpointing down who I'm talking to. So that would be a naughty knitting. We have a naughty stitches here. You should check them out. They are online. They're on Facebook and they have oof, a website as well. About 41 years sewing, 6 years garments. Bag making. Oh, I'm there. I don't. Do I have a bag on here? I might. I've done some bags. I have a friend that really likes to do stuffies and bags. So sorry, Christy, that was you that wanted to do bag making. So we do have a bag. Brighton bag needs to be finished, and Pocket Parade tote needs to be finished. That one, there's going to be some swearing. Or I gotta take apart. I might have to take apart some handles. So there's a couple in here though that are not technically UFOs. They're more of planned projects that haven't been done. So you have to let me know whether we should nix those and just put UFOs or whether you even give a shit. Because that's part of the joy of doing this is I don't have to give a shit. Oh, when I knocked it on the ground. Two up at the top. Okay. That will stagger it. Right. Right. That will bring this one. So on this pattern, all these little pluses between the blocks are the purple that you see. And then in two spots, here and here, they are done out of the fabric. So that's what this one is. Now, get some crap out of the way. That's number 3, and I don't need that yet. I'm gonna turn on. Okay, are you clippers or pinners? And do you read? I'm a big reader. Hi, Katie. Cross stitch. I've been talking about cross stitch a lot lately. Embroidery, hand sewing, bag making, clothes, spinning, weaving, knitting, crochet, gardening, canning, woodworking, leatherworking, jewelry making. Katie, you're one of the ones that we say that it's easier to say what you don't do than what you do do. Do. Fantastic. I used to make jewelry, used to do photography. I do not do any. We're trying to get into gardening. I kind of want to make pickles. Okay, so technically, what I want is famous Dave's Famous Dan's hot pickles, not the black label, but the red label. 'Cause the black ones are just too fucking hot for me. That's what I. Other than that, I don't really like pickles, but I like those spicy ones. And let's see, Christy, have a bag pattern material and soft and stable, but haven't started it. I always consider full projects planned in my UFOs. Good, good, because I have a wedding quilt that they're married, and I still need the freaking white and black fabric for that. And let's see how well I let's see how well I did. Did I trim it that? No. Let's see. So what I'm doing, what you're not seeing here is after squaring up the small row, I'm pinning both ends. Pinning, yeah, I will say pin and mean clip 99% of the time. Of course, this is not a learning video unless you guys want me to show you to do something. And see, this is more of a bitch and sew and play together, like-minded people. It's a gathering. It's a coven. It's a whatever we want it to be. However, I have no problem teaching. I just don't want to be known as the teaching channel because then God, there's so much pressure. That said, there's a couple how-to videos on our channel too. I think I did a pillowcase kit or pillowcase making thing just to get my feet wet way back then. And what else did I do? Paper piecing. I've tried it all. I'm about to make pickles, relish, and pickled banana peppers tomorrow. Well, we have our first zucchinis, and one went into the Greek chicken last night. The other one that's been pulled out of the garden is kind of huge. I'm afraid it's going to be kind of mealy. I guess it's like that big around. Like it's like a little too big. And so I think someone said zucchini relish. I don't know. Never done that before either. I'm expecting cherries soon. We have some yummy red backyard cherries. They end up being about that big around your thumbnail. Sweet. So tender though that popping them off the vine leaves the stupid little stems in them, so it takes us fucking hours to sit there and get them all clean. And then we spread them out on pizza trays and let them um, freeze on pizza trays in one row so they don't stick together. And then we put them in zip bags. What do we got? If I have a chance, it's just spicy enough to be good. Right. Oh, that would be fantastic. I would appreciate that, Christy. Thank you. I'm allergic to cucumbers, so my pickles and relish are usually zucchini. Really? Okay. Well, my friend just mentioned it the other day, the zucchini relish. And maybe she has her mom's recipe. I don't know, with the world becoming what it is or is what it is. No, I'm not. This is a safe zone. I don't talk politics and shit. But I feel like we need to do more growing our own, figuring it out, something. All right, let's try sewing a row, guys. All right, remember we're going top down on this one, so when I can't remember later, you guys can all tell me. Real high tech here with my ancient 301A. The expansion machine is at the shop. Take that out. One thing I like about this pattern is because it all is all staggered, there's not a lot you gotta fucking match, and that's nice. Oh, now I was gonna show you the paper piecing Harry Potter, I think. Let's see, is there one I can pick down to show you? There's, here, I'll change camera view so you can see one. There's Hagrid and one of his Norbert, was it, as a dragon? That's one. If we ever need a break from any of this crap, I can just pick up something like that and work on it. Which I do need to get the Weasleys done, because I need to pass my orange on to someone else when I'm done. Let's see, what else can I reach? It's not okay. I think this was my first one I did. Snape. My bottle top's kind of fucked up, but I redid them twice and went, yep, good enough. Let's see. What else? Here at home, yeah, this sounds pretty good. I just buy the cucumbers from Sophie Simon. Christy Lou, that means you're local. Where are you? Actually, Christy, the somebody that helps decorate for the pumpkin patch came in and bought fabric to cover tables yesterday. Kind of neat. I should probably send the link to the live to a couple people back east. I wonder if they would. I have a black and gold singer, a centennial one, but I gotta have it looked at, gummed up or something. Hey, one step closer. I still think it would be one or two episodes, probably, or three. Two. Uh, and then we can go to the next one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do a playlist for. Oh, that was a clip. A playlist for each UFO to make it a little easier to see. See, now it says the stream's current bit rate is 29,000. All right, so this is all cut. Yeah, neat, huh? Um, I have Harry and Hermione done over here. The owl, the fat lady for the portrait that they stepped through. I got Bellatrix. I just finished her. Actually, I've got the whole pile I can show you. This is, that's the crew. I thought it was kind of cool that the pumpkin patch got shit from me for their tables. I'm gonna have to go now. I haven't been in a while. All right, let's do it this way. I don't have a big ironing board out. I've just got the little 24-inch wool pressing mat out, so it'll take me a second to do that. I've come in your shop. Yay! And then started watching your live or rewatching. It popped up on my YouTube feed. Yay! Oh, I'm so glad you subscribed because I forget to ask. That's one of those things that we're supposed to ask all the time and I suck at. Good, good. We just had a late soap, but nobody showed up for it, so I got to come home early last night. Well, on time. Oh, okay. My wrist is taking the crap out of me. Whoops. Done is better than perfect, right? That's what we're going with. Fuck perfection. Now, we're going to have to look at that next big section and see whether that's ready to go or not. Dog's so cute with her nose jammed in the blankets. She used to do that when I'd hold her too. She would take her little nose and jam it down in your, well, I don't know what you call it. Your elbow pit? No, that's not what it's called, but I bet you every single one of you know what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah, she would just, I'd fold my arms around her, holding her, and she would just jam her nose like down in the pit of your arm here, her eyes and everything. It was kind of funny. She's a stinker. She's my love, and that's gonna crush me when that day comes. But I found a couple vets that'll come to my house, so I don't have to drive her anywhere. There's number 3. Ugh. Section 3 should have a bar at the top, bars on either side, purple cross right up at the top, purple cross right at the bottom with just the thing across. Okay, this is good. Being as I pinned a number at the top, I'm going to go with this being the top, but it probably could go either way. We're going to assume I've already figured out that this is the way I want it. But we know what assuming does. And their open source are all the time anymore. Really, you have your shit together, come down. Tuesdays is the only day that we don't really do open source because the last Tuesday of the month we do a live. And if that ever goes back to weekly, I don't want to have to figure out how to retell everybody. So we do a Facebook live sale the last Tuesday of the month, those of you that aren't local. I'm going to trim up these blocks while I'm listening and watching. We should be doing something. Well, hey, grab your tablet and play a game. It's all good. You're in the same room. You're with us. You can freaking lie, lady. We can't see what you're fucking doing. Yeah, I got all these blocks trimmed. Worked up a sweat. And you can lie and tell all your friends about how much shit you get done while you listen to me. And share it. That way they can pretend to get some shit done too. Oops. There's so many seams in this that they're getting twisted. They go left up at the top and left at the bottom, but right in the middle. And that's the ones I actually did right, besides all the ones that I fucked up and actually sewed them wrong. Okay. However, being as I sewed from top to bottom on the last one, I'm going to sew from bottom to top on this one. Oh, you haven't even got me started yet now. All right. Have everybody's heard the chicken story, right? Hi, Daisy. Put your nose back down and go back to sleep, babe. You're fine. Oop. All right. Oh, how wide is this supposed to be? I moved it. Chicken. 3.5 high, 12 wide. Okay. Is it? Well, it looks like I can fuck everything. Because this is. Okay. That might have been cut 12, but this is 11.5. But this is at the point where all of this can be fudged. Thanks, Christy, about the blocks. It is such a cute pattern, and it has been in and out of my currently working on list for decades, it feels like. No, not that one. I got hung up on Hagrid there because he was written wrong. And then I got really pissed about how it was paper piecing. You do a section. If you watched the other videos, you do a section and then you press it. It presses one direction. That's it. You don't have a choice. It just presses, and then you go on to the next bit. And they had it to where his dark facial hair, his beard and mustache was being folded underneath the white of his face, so it was all showing through. Had all these shadows. It looked like crap. Besides the fact that, I mean, it happens, but I have to save it. I got you, honey. Oh, good girl. You saved yourself. Ooh. All right. Alrighty. I've had unusual people thinking outside the box lately coming into the shop. It's been different. Not bad, just different. I've had someone come in with a plank. I don't think I said this one yet. No, it just happened. Um, a plank of LVT flooring, luxury vinyl flooring. L L okay, whatever. Fuck that. Um, anyway, she brought in a plank of her flooring with these paint chips stuck to it, and was looking around, trying to get an idea of what color she wanted her couch. I can't say as if I would have ever thought to do that. I mean, kudos. I'm all for thinking outside the box. That's not something I expected. All right, so we'll still pin it this direction. Then I'm going to sew from the bottom. Hi, Miss Daisy. Who's driving you today? Hmm? Oh, she just might be taking herself back to bed. Oh my gosh. So we get to go to the Arlene Schnitzer Concert Hall on Wednesday. Totally excited about that. Gonna go gonna go see Josh Johnson, comedian, stand-up dude. He's been one of the writers on The Daily Show for about 10 years. That's new to me. I did not know that that was something he did. He makes me laugh, though. Let's put one more. Not that one, though, because that one hit the floor. Now, no dog behind me. Good. Stand up. So totally. Well, if you guys follow other things, some of you are by the sounds of it. Um, damn it. The other day we had an open the box and I said fuck. And I'm like, I'm getting used to being able to say whatever the hell I want over here. And I turned around and said fuck over there. So I'm like, oh, pretend it didn't happen. Just keep going. Oh, well, not everybody's cup of tea. And that's all right. I like coffee. Hey, Miss Daisy. Guess you're still walking around, huh, bud? Right. We're just going to put all kinds of clips in here. There's like no such thing as too many notes or too many clips. Nah. A humble opinion. Do you guys have a favorite fabric designer and or pattern designer? Or we've been talking books too, because that's my other love. Books. And well, probably true crime. Sorry, I had a clip in my mouth. Oh, we talked about that. And then, oh, I forgot to. Okay, this is the. I forget to put the links in the discussions. So I have to, on the last one of Mount Hood, I have to add a link to Small Town Dicks. We were talking about podcasts, and I said that that was one of the ones I really liked. If it's supernatural, somehow I'm going to like it. I'm fine with smut. That works for me. I'm old, not dead. I can still blush. Okay. We were early in the back to reading career, hobby, obsession, whatever. Um, I was reading one and it got just a little spicy. Not bad, just a little. And I was at the fucking grade school, and they put me out. Is if they have pods where we are, so you've got like six, 6 to 8 classrooms that dump into this pod, and then there's several pods in each wing, and yada. And I'm sitting out in the pod grading papers at this little half round desk on a tiny little fucking chair, with my knees wrapped up around my shoulders. Well, not really because I'm short, but still. And a spicy spot, and I had to stop listening to the book. Kids are walking by. I'm like, I can't do this. Yeah. Ouch. Oh, wait. I'd like to know what I did to piss off my wrist. I think I'm gonna have to learn to use that fabric cutter at work. You saw it. With my left hand. I wonder how precise I could get. All right, so this whole podcast doohickey will be, or this, how do I want it? Not podcast, the playlist will be, have the title of Tightrope in it, UFO Tightrope something. But this project is the Tightrope project, so you can, anybody later can go back and see what it ended up looking like, or whether it went in the garbage. It's happened. Oh, God, that reminds me. I might have to add some in here. I think I got a pattern test my block for the shop hop in October. Let's see. Oh, and if any of you were, it was so Libero FM, I think it was the name of the audiobook download system that you sign up for, but then you can tag your local bookshop in it, and they get a penance of your purchase or something, which seems cool, other than it does end up more expensive than Audible. Audible has its faults too, though. But I'm kind of, our bookstore in town is so brand new. Once there's a clear way that I can see that you can special order books, I will link books to that as well. It's like my little store to make it. Gotta help everybody, right? Oh, cross stitch. Wait a minute. Who is it? Christy? Who did it? Hmm, that wasn't Christy. Wasn't Val. Hey, look, I can roll back. Neat. It works. Katie, that was it. Katie, do you have a favorite cross stitch needle? We're just getting into pulling in the floss and stuff into the shop, and I'm trying to figure out the needles. Hey, looky there, we are getting closer to having this UFO done. Yay. Where is my little pair of beavers? Okay, look, we've got a big section now. Yay! biggie. So I got 3 sections together. And according to this, hey, we're over half. So I've gotten these 3 sections together, and I have to assemble this one. Maybe that's what we should do next. All right. I suppose I don't need to press between the rows because that won't affect the length or anything. And I'm not doing anything across it. All right, so here's rows. Thanks. And most of my kits. No, well, I'm not sure I ever did either. I used to cross stitch with my mom. Evidently my ADD or whatever it is that's wrong with me does not, hey, that's an Etsy sale. Does not allow my brain to like totally do it, I guess. I spend too much time counting, recounting, forgetting, and then giving up and overstitching and having to rip them out. It's a thing. I should press this. I'll have to figure out how to get one more camera hooked up so that I can like connect my phone and turn it to show you something on the wall or whatnot. Or the dog, whatever. I don't know. This is the I don't know what I'm doing show. Look. Oh, Daisy laid back at. Whoops, I said something. Maybe. She might be falling back asleep. Yeah, I don't. You don't want to wake up. No. Yeah. I'm gonna trim this to be 6.5 as well, I think. I think there's just so many seams getting these together because you've got these 1-inch strips in here. It just eats up seam allowance. This is why some people don't understand the cost of a quilt. And they're like, what do you mean there's 10 yards in there? Huh? Well, because that's the way it is. Ouch. How are we doing here? So, yeah, that's just the way it's going to be, I think. Yeah, and I'm not going to have the slightest bit of fucking stress about it. What do you think of that? It's gone. Let's not stress about it. If I see somebody approaching my quilts with a fucking ruler, I'm going to beat them with a ruler. Every time we have a local fair, I get somebody going, are you going to put anything in the fair? Well, you could just put stuff up for visual. You don't have to have it judged. I'm like, well, if you guys want to see what I make, walk in the shop, right? I do 90% of the samples. Not all. I have Sarah. Sarah does some for me. Probably won't be the best. That is how you learn. I do have a beginning kit that one of my girls set up, but that's not one of those things that I do. But hey, I do have someone that I could probably get you in contact with if you have problems. Her name's Greta. She's awesome. She's also a harpist. Not very many people play the harp. When I became friends with her during COVID, I'm like, is your um, profile picture a harp? I've never probably been in the same room with a harp, let alone know anybody that plays one. She has done quite the elaborate things. Tula Pink stuff. She's what the fuck she's doing right now, where she's trying to recreate the Avatar map or something. I don't know. And then another friend on the cross stitch department gave me an idea. Somebody she saw gets a new hoodie each year, and then for each book that she reads, she cross stitches something mini on the sleeve of her, just on the sleeves of the jacket. So, like, each jacket ends up being customized for the year's books. I think that's pretty cool. I might consider doing that. They are small. Whoops. I can move it. All right, so that's number 6. I think we decided 5 and 6 go together, right? Gotta have one of you keeping track of me. 5. 3 doesn't end up having anything. Or 4. 4. I have a beginning kit that has kite shapes, and that makes some pretty cool stuff in it. I can take a picture of it later if you want. I don't think it's on the website. Maybe it is. I'll have to take a look. And you said you had all your stuff though, but if you wanted to give something a try, this has fabric and the template hexy cardboards, and I think there's thread and a needle in there too. She really wanted people to start liking it. And it's a small piece when you're done like that ish. Oh, look, if it's on the website, I'll link it in the comments. Well, not comments. Where's it go? Just in my fucking description of the video. I gotta set up one of those. No, I don't. I don't know the best place to link books to you guys. I did Goodreads last time. It would help if I press that. Whoops. Oh, she's a moving. What time is it? Just done this first. Hi, dog. All right. I still gotta trim this. Oh, hey, ow. was that that just hit my foot? Well, I need that. Actually, it's a rotary cutter. Good thing I have one that hides its blade because I hit the top of my foot. That that would have made my presence at the wedding later this month look kind of awkward. And I might get blood on my carpet. What am I gonna do this row? I gotta put the 3-inch strips between. Oh, that's cool, Katie. Well, I don't know how you do it, but you have my permission if you want to link it in your with your comments so other people can see your video. We gotta help each other, right? It's the only way we're gonna survive. Hear my kids streaming upstairs. Oh, he might not be streaming. He might be just playing with his friends. My oldest streams, though. That's what he does. Is he plays video games, and people frickin' pay him to watch him play video games. That's one of those things kind of hard to explain to grandparents that it really is a job, right? Okay, got 5, and I'm sitting at 6. Okay. Oof. How am I doing? I need a 40, 2, 3 40s, and 1, 2. They did stagger shit. They did try to stagger your seams, which is kind of neat too. Am I gonna care? That's debatable. If I take another hit, I won't care. Okay, let's see. I think it's funny that it says my chat rate is 2, and we've been talking the whole time. All right, let's put this on 1. Okay, we're gonna call that a 40, and we're gonna call this 22. I got one of those. Let's see, what's this one? Is this the same? Yeah. So one of these is going to go between those 2 rows. That's easy enough. I can figure that one out. Okay, what number is this? 6. This is 5, right? Yeah. It's going to go between 5 and 6. If you Google or search my name, I usually come up. I'm not sure how to drop a link. Yeah, I think because I've been thinking about how to do that right now because I have family in Michigan that, like, if I just send them a link, would they know to click it? In another window, go to your video, make it go up start playing, whatever. Go to the address, and then copy the address from the top address bar, and then in one of the your little comment window, chat window, try pasting it there and see if it makes it a clickable link. I don't know if it will, but that's my first thought. Okay, that's my first thought. Bit rate. It's fucking bit rate. Look at there, it's just exactly the right. How awesome is that? I was gonna say it fits like a glove, but then I thought O.J. Simpson glove, and then that made me think that it's not gonna fit. All right. Does anybody have a true crime podcast that they like? As weird as, well, it's probably not weird anymore. That's my palate cleanser between books. You know? Get done with the book series. I'm not ready to let those people go. I'm gonna go listen to some Maine and torture and murder and killing, and because that's good. I don't know about you guys, but I listen to enough that I wonder if I could pull it off. Oh, see, like an O.J. Simpson glove. Look at that right there. There's extra. I think then I would like to come this way because this is a short piece. Let's trim off the other end. Keep it taut. Clip here and here. Let's see if I can share. I'm doing too many things at once. I'm going to see if I can, from my phone, share that I'm live. See if I figure out how to click it. They're older than me, so who knows whether that will work or not. She loves to just hear my voice, I guess. Because she can't see me. She watches the shop's lives too. Um, and oh, that's someone in Pennsylvania. What else we got? Oh, I found your Etsy page, website, and Instagram. I look for video things. Good. That's a start. I mean, it would still be good to know, Katie, though, if it would link like that. Because what do we know, right? And let's try. ALVAR. We'll see if we get a couple more of you on. All right, 6 viewers. Hi, welcome. This is the shit show. What do I mean by shit show? Do you guys want to explain it or try? I'll do it again. I am Gen X. I am a quilt shop owner. I drink, I swear. I'm a sewer too. So if you can relate and you read books and you want to bitch about your projects too, join us. I have handpicked 20 of my millions of UFOs. I've numbered them and put them in a spin. What do you call that? Like a random number generator? Think Wheel of Fortune. We drew number 17 today, which happens to be what I'm working on. Number yours and work with me. Keeping in mind they were UFOs for a reason, which means we probably don't want to work on them. Let's see what else I have to go in here. Oh, wait, did we go from top to. Okay, top to bottom on this one. It's not a teaching channel. Not to say I won't teach you something if you want to know. I do this live because I hate to fucking edit. Editing sucks. Somebody wants to volunteer free to edit my shit, I'll do it a different way. I dropped some gears. Oh, good. I'll see if the others that I just sent the link to end up jumping on. Of course, I should have done that at the beginning, right? So we're going to have to trim that. Where's my little scissors? There we go. Alright. So here's my big ass list. Upside down to you. It's upside down to me, so it's right side up to you. So I picked 20. We are on number 17, Tightrope. And I know you got a shit ton more than 20 UFOs, like myself. So as we empty spots, we'll stuff new ones in. Right. Swearing and all, that's the number idea. Well, yeah, I'm a foul mouth. And, you know, why not? I mean, we've got swearing everything else, right? Everybody's all over TikTok going, oh, well, I'm not a TikToker, but, you know, why not? We talk about the feral kids and how we were out after dark, gone all day, drink out of the hose. Fuck yeah. And this one grew up to sew. Top down, so we gotta do the other direction this time. It was too long. All right. So what does everybody do? Or does people have day jobs? Or are you guys retired? Or You know my day job. But we don't just do one thing, do we? Got to doctor a dog today. Hearing. I don't know how she keeps doing it, but she keeps getting. She must be going places that she shouldn't be, really. But she keeps getting. I say keeps. She's 11. It's happened twice. But only her. Never had it happen to any other dog. She ends up getting into scrub grass and shit. And she ended up with a splinter that jammed up into here. Last time it was this little 3/4 inch long canoe shaped looking, I'll say seed pod because it felt rough, like it would go one direction only kind of thing. And this time it was a different color than that. And it might have been in the foot longer. I don't know. I really think the other one was in longer than I would have liked, but she had hurt her back and was screaming in pain from her back, and her limp was the least of my worries. But so that one would have been in for a while too. But this ended up coming out today, and it was yeah, like that mustardy color here, and it was God, it had to have been an inch. She's been licking her paw, so I keep digging at her pads between her toe, on the bottom. And I'm like, okay, this weekend, she's got these fucking jackrabbit feet, and if you pick with her feet, then she basically beats the fuck out of you. And I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm gonna get help this weekend, and we'll mess with it. And she was sitting on my lap outside, and I'm like, oh my god, it's up top. So then I had to cut the fur so that we could see it. And then I didn't know what I was getting into, so I didn't know if there was going to be a pokey splinter that I needed to pick out. So I got some tweezers and I boiled some water so I could flush it. Got little scissors, and then I made her, while she wasn't really paying attention, I trimmed the hair on the top of her foot so I could get a better look. So then I just kind of held her paw here and just kind of, because I wanted to see if any pus or anything came out. And this big ass, almost stick like thing came out of her foot. I flushed it, I pushed it. I mean, it's big, open. It's got to be 16th to 16th around, maybe. I don't know. What am I looking for? Scissors. Surprising though, she hasn't messed with her foot very much. Naughty project bags for your swear words and naughty body parts. Oh, oh, that's awesome. You know I have to go check that out. Hey, did you see at the beginning of COVID when we were all making masks? Somebody had gotten the a fabric with little penises on it. Yes, I said it. And you know, from 10 feet away or 3 feet away, what, 6 feet? Was it 6 feet? 6 feet away that we had to stand. You couldn't tell what it was. And if you were standing close enough to tell that her mouth was made out of penis fabric, you were standing too close anyway. So you better not be getting upset about it. I loved it. I wish it was made in fabric that was nice, not like spoonflower. I want good quality. Actually, I think there's breast. I think from breast cancer awareness stuff. You retired in February. Congrats. What did you do, Valerie? Now we gotta figure out 3 inch strip that goes on either side of it. Guys, we are getting close. We might, this might be a 2 episode project. 5 and 6 with the thing in the middle. All right, that's just exactly what we're supposed to have. Oops. But I need to do something to the other side of it. Public affairs specialist for the U.S. government. Oh, I bet you have some stories. You probably do, but then you'd have to kill us, right? I just used one of those, and this other matching one goes on this side over here. And if I got a seam here, so the short piece was on top, we're gonna put the long piece on top. Why does that make me think of that Kevin Costner movie? Mm. There was a Polaroid picture that fell underneath the bed, and then they tried to, do all this computer bullshit, make it to where you could see who it was, but he was having a secret affair with this woman that he wasn't supposed to because of the government, yada, 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 all government employees, you know, just bullshit. But that's what it made me think of. All right, is this one too long as well? Probably. Let's find out though. Bye, Christy. Thanks for hanging with me. Yep, I do this about every 4 or 5 days. So if you like and follow, you'll hear the ding, and then we'll finish this one up, and then you spin that shit again and see what else there is. There's all kinds of crap. Have a good night. Okay, yep, this is too long too, so we're gonna just do what we did last time. Etsy store too. You know I'm gonna have to check out those bags. If it's rude and crude, I don't like it. We have add your own herb brownie mix at the shop. I've also got some stickers, the good ones that say, like the rubber ducky sticker that says Dear Autocorrect. It's never duck. And then there's a sticker that could be water, could be vodka. I can tell you, those soccer games when the kids were in school, it's not water. Like, I wonder, I should try one more time to change what this stupid bit rate is and see if it gets rid of my um, little warning I have here. At some point, we have to figure out what the correct number is, right? I can figure it out now, but we'll have problems later. We'll have to do it again. Let's try it out. Let's see if that changes anything. Oh my goodness, we've been on for a while. We're coming up on 2 hours. Maybe we'll cap it at the 2 hour mark, which is 15 minutes. Evidently, we must be having fun tonight. The rest of mine have been about an hour. So no, this is good. I'm so glad you guys were on. So I got to chat with somebody. It's kind of weird to just talk to yourself. I get no audible feedback from anybody. Well, this is great. This is what I was hoping for, something like this. So yay! And we had sound. That was better than last time. All right, so we'll probably sew this side and then end up calling it for the night, I guess. That way we have something to do for a second episode. So if we finish after this one, we will have one more side to hook on this section, which I think we'll have to make it. I don't think it's already made. And then something goes on the top and bottom of this section. And then this section in section 4 can be sewn through the hole. And I'll get that all pressed beforehand. There you go. All right. I don't think I technically ate dinner either. It's been a really lazy day. And I don't think I have to do anything tomorrow. So, yay. So tomorrow, then, what I'll work on is maybe getting a business card or flyer type thing, mail stuffer, something about this. I can't call it a podcast. What is this called? It's not a blog. It's just a channel? What is channel? Okay, whatever. Uh, Too old for the shit. I don't know all the terms. That doesn't feel right. Okay, that's done. Okay, let's trim that, and then we should probably think about calling it for the night. And Katie, I saw some of the naughty fabric on your IG. I could make a quilt for myself. This is great. I'm so glad that we made a contact with you, Katie. This is great. I will probably contact you outside of this because I can see that I can already tell that there might be some gifts. My friends and I Halloween's our favorite, so we decided instead of doing gifts for Christmas, because we have everybody else that we fucking have to buy for Christmas, and being as our love is Halloween anyway, we are doing Samhain or Halloween All Hallows Eve gifts instead. So yeah, I gotta start looking now, damn it, because that's when everything is available that we enjoy anyway. So it makes it more fun. Now make so hey, thank you, my feral fiends, for joining me tonight. This has been absolutely a blast, which is probably why we went long. So a few days, let's see, tomorrow's Monday, Tuesday, yeah, somewhere in the Wednesday, Thursday time frame. Wednesday, nope, we've got Josh Johnson Wednesday, so maybe Thursday. We'll see. I got thrown off because we've got a couple things this month that we got to do. I've got a Saturday memorial thing this coming Saturday, and then we have the Josh Johnson thing on Wednesday, and then hopefully I can do maybe some sort of a Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday kind of a thing. We'll see. All right. That's it. I will get this posted. I'll put links up in there. You guys let me know going forward where you would like links to. I don't want to put links to places that people hate, but when we talk about things, I'm sure people want to end up seeing what the hell it is. So books and podcasts are things that I end up talking about. So I will currently I'll hit maybe Goodreads for books and I don't know on podcasts. So let me know if you have ideas. And I hope to see you back here in the next 4 or 5 days when I do this again. Thank you so much. This has been an absolute blast this evening, and I will